Before the show starts, everybody, we just wanted to say we are so grateful that because of Max Fun members, we are able to keep doing this show during this time. And that is why we're doing a drive right now, to remind you that you're the reason why we can make this content for you to enjoy. Max Fun is an audience-supported network, which means we're free to make the content you enjoy because people like you contribute.
And how do you contribute? You choose a monthly amount that's comfortable for you. The majority of people give $5 or $10 a month. Some upgrade their membership to $20, $35, or even $100 a month or more. It's really about whatever works for you and what makes you feel comfortable. So we'll come back and talk about that a little more in a little while. But in the meantime, please enjoy this very special episode of We Got This.
Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all, best artificial flavor.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
In your apartment.
You've said that so ominously.
The crackling.
Well, here we are.
The gentle crackling of bubbly water.
I moved mine away from the
I actually
microphone.
like it. I prefer it. I think it's nice. It's very pleasant.
It's almost like we have a fireplace going and we're just sitting here and enjoying ourselves.
Welcome to our fireside chat.
That's right.
Where we decide the dumbest things that you send us, so it's your fault.
You know what?
Listening.
If FDR had done that in his fireside chats, I don't think that we would have won World War II.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here's just the sound of two sticks rubbing together.
Today we're going to talk about whether or not you should put ketchup on a hot dog.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we have a very special guest who I think we met 16 years ago on a show called Big News, which was at the I.O. West. Very brief.
Wow.
But then we have worked together since.
Okay, I was going to say.
A fantastic actor, a funny guy, tons of credits. You know him. I don't even know where you would know him from, just because there are so many different choices. It's like a buffet of wonderful things.
Oh, holy crap. He did that too? That's Phil LaMarr.
Right.
Yeah.
Phil LaMarr, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks
guys.
for being here. This is very exciting.
It's good to have you.
I like to say, I'm not famous, I'm popular.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
like your high school quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You give high fives to everybody.
If he talks to you in the hallway, everybody's like, "Oh, what's up?" But at the grocery store, he's just another dick with pomade. In his
Exactly. Wait, hold on a second. You're that popular? The guys that just did cartoon voices at my high school, we were never that popular. We were never we were never popular.
That was back then.
That's true. Now
that was pre-internet. Now anybody who ever did a voice for anything has a fan base.
It's a huge celebrity. Yeah, like everybody knows. It's bizarre. Like the part of the joy of working in voiceover is that there's not like anonymity, but you can do pretty much anything, and so you get the joy of being successful in performing.
Right.
But then you also can go shopping and not be accosted. You've been on camera enough that people will recognize you from different things, right?
But it's also, that was the difference when I started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now everybody knows what everybody looks like.
Yeah.
Even people who have only ever done voiceover.
Yeah.
Because it's the internet.
You're just at Gelson's trying to get produce and you see somebody like leaning from around an aisle with like a Samurai Jack shirt on. It's like, I just need to talk to you and not make eye contact.
Which is bizarre because like the people that, I grew up listening to, I still don't know what Dawes Butler looks like.
Sure.
No idea.
Sure.
No
You know who
idea at
could
all.
walk into a grocery store just fine? Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
No, because
know
Mel
him.
also worked on camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. There you go.
I actually did know what he looked like.
Yeah.
I assume Dawes Butler looks exactly like one of the characters he played, and I don't want to.
Huckleberry Hound?
I assume it's
You think he was
Huckleberry
blue?
Hound. He was blue. He wore a straw hat,
Yeah.
and he had a gentle Southern accent all the time. Like that's why would you want to see? Because he's just gonna like everybody working in voiceover at that time, with the exception of June Foray, looked like your accountant.
Right.
Like, that person should not be making weird noises at all, except maybe Stan Freberg. He looked like an absolute maniac. But a lot of those guys
were just regular looking guys. They looked like this.
Yeah. They were like, oh, so the third corner is looking good, Joe. If you want to get that boat, it'll be fine. And then it goes into he's like, oh dear, it's me again. Like,
And then glamour brainiac June Foray comes in and is like, no, guys, we're going to bring some Hollywood glamour into this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, June's got that thing where it's like, well, she was the only girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, well, I got to look good or the boys won't let me play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like bizarre.
They're like, why is she doing it?
I can do a girl voice.
Oh, Lord.
Just a room full of white guys going, we'll handle it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, thank goodness it's 2020.
You just described America for most of its history.
Exactly.
Just a bunch of white guys in a room going, we'll handle it.
Exactly.
So you've been to the Hall of Presidents except for the one part.
Yeah.
Now. Just the one part. But we're not here to talk about
The Hall of
just talk
Presidents.
about that. Why am I taking your role?
Yeah.
Phil, when we do this, I tend to take us on tangents.
Yeah.
And then Mark
it's
tries to
good
whip
cop,
us
tangent
back in.
cop?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a tangent
You
cop.
know what,
I
though?
come in, I got a cup of coffee for you. Just want to hang out. But talk about something completely like, listen, I know there was a murder, but have you seen Parasite? I mean, the more I think about it, the more I love it.
Oh, man, now I just want to talk about Parasite because
Yeah.
I did just see it.
Yeah, of course
I
you
still
did.
haven't seen. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
yeah.
No spoilers.
We're not gonna talk about
It's
it.
very, very good.
We're not here to talk about Parasite.
Yeah. Hey. Look, we're not here to talk about Tangent
You
Cop.
threw a wrench in this when I walked in the door
I
of your
did.
apartment.
Okay.
And then I threw it at Phil, which is very unfair.
Yeah.
And made him
And this
decide
is a
it's
physical
okay.
wrench, you guys. This is not metaphorical.
Tossed a wrench at us.
Yeah, this is a great big foot long monkey wrench that I have thrown around this. Well, I had some pipe trouble. I did actually have pipe trouble. Don't ever think that you can fix your bathtub unless you know where the main breaker is.
Right.
Because I once had to
and
call.
the thing when you're doing plumbing, it's not a breaker.
Yeah, not a breaker. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So,
I'm surprised I was able to get in the door.
So I had to shut off my power valve.
Yeah, it's amazing the door works because he had to replace all the spark plugs in it. Thank goodness it's working.
All
now.
right. We're not here to talk about spark plugs.
Or
wrenches.
Yeah, I can't believe I've been co-hosting a podcast with Tim the Toolman Taylor and had no idea after all these years.
Yeah.
Shut up, Al.
But he spells tool Towle.
Yeah, exactly.
With an umlaut. Over the T, which is weird. Okay, we're here to talk about artificial flavoring. Now, here's the wrench that I threw into this is about originally as listed. Who sent in this topic?
We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out later.
I'll look it up. You talk and I won't pay attention.
All right.
Like normal.
But as originally listed, it was best artificial fruit flavor.
Yes.
Right.
So I did a deep dive on the internet, as I do, tend to go down some rabbit holes with this show, and have discovered that I think we ought to, if it's okay with you guys, I will ask on air if it's okay, to broaden it out and make it more just artificial flavorings in general. And that the reason for that is because there are two major milestones in the history of artificial flavorings, and neither of them are fruit flavors. There is one that is hugely important in the history of artificial flavorings that is fruit, but the other two are not fruits. So I would like to, if it's okay with you guys, make this generally about artificial flavorings. We can narrow it down and answer the fruit question. And if they happen to be the same thing, if that Venn diagram is just a circle, then so be it.
Well, normally I would reject this out of hand.
Fair enough.
Just because you're breaking the rules.
Yeah. There
We
are
set
rules.
parameters.
Yeah.
This is a society mark of people.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were conjuring demons, you'd have just, smudged the circle.
Yeah. You can't smudge a circle. The demons don't show up.
Fine, you guys.
No, they do show up and they get out.
Oh, that's right. You can't control them. The demons are everywhere. Good job, Mark.
I'm pretty sure you don't know how this whole conjuring thing works.
First, you have to turn off the main breaker.
Yeah.
Then you get all the
because you don't want water
Yeah,
everywhere.
of course. I'm not a moron, Mark. I know how demons work. The big question.
You don't get a demon wet, they'll multiply.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right?
Gremlins reboot.
I know. It's happening.
But
I really
in
wish
this
Goonies
case,
versus
I will
Gremlins
allow
again.
it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm sure Paul Shepard, who is the person who suggested this, is going to be okay with it.
Thank you,
Although,
Paul Shepard.
he might be a little upset.
All right. Well,
Especially if we just don't mention any fruit flavors.
right. No fruit flavors at all. Well,
Fake bone marrow.
let me
Isn't that great?
ask you guys this. What do you think are the original two, not in order, but the first two major milestone artificial flavors then? Which two do you think I'm talking about?
See, I didn't realize this was a history thing. I thought it was
Yeah.
more like opinions.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to it.
I like the,
Have you studied? You didn't read the books we sent you?
the books.
We have a tendency
Wait.
on this show. I have a tendency to go overboard on history, and Hal just shoots from the hip, which is why we're now on year 5 and it's working.
Sure.
Okay, see, so you try to evaluate best
Right.
based on facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I come in and tell him why he's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
And Hal
Is
chooses
it
best
corn?
based on opinions.
Is it corn?
Exactly.
Fake corn flavor?
No.
corn flavor?
Like,
Have you ever had
when
heard
was
of
the last-
anything
yeah.
no.
Wait,
corn flavored?
No.
I
No,
will say
there are
this,
things.
though.
There are things made from corn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
corn
most
chips.
of which don't taste like corn.
That's
No,
true.
They have corn in them.
Like the ethanol that powers cars does not taste like corn. Please don't ask
And
me how I know.
high fructose corn syrup
Yeah.
does not taste
Does
like
not
corn.
taste like
True.
corn.
It doesn't taste like corn.
But if they wanted it to taste like corn, they could use some artificial corn flavoring, I guess.
Is the
Actually,
answer-
I'll say this. The word corn is a bit instrumental in one of these flavors.
Ah,
Oh.
okay. We don't know.
Yeah, no clue.
The
first one is-
first one, beginning in the early 19th century, is vanilla.
Vanilla.
Ah,
fake
99% of the vanilla that flavors anything in the world is artificial vanilla.
okay.
Well, only 1% of the vanilla flavor that you have on I'd say daily basis. I don't know how often you guys
What's a
eat ice
fake?
cream.
What's something with fake? That's fake vanilla.
Most all of it is.
So what are the specs? Dirt in like a vanilla. You know, you have like a vanilla ice cream. It's got the vanilla bean and it's
Well,
got
no,
the specs.
because I
in
think
it.
vanilla ice cream, but
the proper like Breyer's vanilla,
That's
vanilla
like,
extract.
the stuff that has like actual vanilla in it will have the
but
flecks
like
of beans.
a yellow sandwich cookie.
Exactly.
That or vanilla wafer.
Yeah, or the vanilla soft serve, like all of that.
Right.
is-
Oh, I like that.
It's made with vanillin.
Wait, is vanillin the fake vanilla?
Vanillin is the fake vanilla that was synthesized in the 1850s.
It's vanilla, but with a goatee.
yeah.
Vanillin.
Oh, it's the vanillin.
Welcome, vanilla. I've taken your place.
So that is one of them.
Vanilla.
That was the original. Followed in the
Orange?
none. Still haven't gotten to fruit yet.
Love fake
interesting.
orange.
In the 1920s, mass production, mass manufacturing was starting to become a big deal.
Wood flavor?
Yeah, a car.
No, but a lot of the vanillin is extracted. That vanilla flavor is extracted from wood chips. That is
see?
true. Fake vanilla
We
extracted
knew
from
it.
wood
We
chips.
didn't even
a
know.
lot more wood than, a lot more trees than vanilla plants.
This whole forest is going to taste delicious.
In the 1920s, when we started first mass producing things that went national, you know, Nabisco and all these big
Right,
companies,
right.
Coca-Cola, all of these conglomerates, one of the things that started to go national was dairy. And the only way to ensure an even flavoring in your product was to somehow artificially flavor it so that it would always taste the same. Because you're getting milk from multiple cows, from multiple dairies.
okay.
It could always taste different.
Yeah.
So a chemical named diacetyl was first introduced to butter because it had been described as having a buttery flavor. So fake butter flavor was added to butter in the 1920s
Okay.
to make it taste more buttery.
Uniform butter.
Uniform butter. And that flavor, that diacetyl flavor. Have you ever tried just melting butter and pouring it on popcorn
Yeah.
at home? Does not taste the same as movie
Right.
theater butter because there is no diacetyl in it. And that is flavor number 2 in that, like, in the boom
Right.
of flavors.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So those two seemed to me, looking at this, it seemed like I don't know how we can talk about artificial flavors without at least giving a little bit of credence to
Right.
artificial butter and artificial vanilla flavoring.
See, now the funny thing is, I get the artificial butter. It's like, well, it's going to spoil. You can't get it everywhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
But vanilla?
Vanilla
Is
only,
vanilla hard to grow?
vanilla
Yeah.
will only grow between 10 and 20 degrees from the equator.
Oh.
And it has to be pollinated by special bees.
Whoa.
That also only live in that area. So when they first brought this to Europe in the early 19th century, they could not get the vanilla to flour so that they could get the pods, and everybody was, trying to figure out what's going on. It's actually a 12-year-old slave was the person who figured out that it did not have to be pollinated by bees, that it could be pollinated by hand. And that is still the way that actual vanilla is pollinated today.
Wow, that's a dumb slave.
Yeah.
That's like the temp who works twice as fast. Like, now you've screwed it up for everyone.
Yeah.
Now they're not going to use the bees. They're going to use us.
Yeah, we're going to, great. Thanks
now we have to go to each vanilla plant.
You are the Eli Whitney of vanilla.
Right, exactly.
Excuse me, I noticed more work we could do.
Right. It's like, dude, we're slaves. All we do is work.
Yeah.
We don't need more.
Yeah. All the bees are like, peace out, we're done.
Right.
We're going back to the tropics between 10 and 20 degrees from the equator.
I love that. Aspirational.
So that's why vanilla didn't work.
Got it.
But why you can always get great cheap vanilla if you go to Mexico. If you've ever been down to Mexico, there's always, you can buy a gallon jug of vanilla extract. That is vanilla.
That is vanilla.
Because it is at the proper.
I see. They're close enough that it's
climate.
They're okay. Okay.
Yes, but that's real
Got
vanilla.
it.
So that's my long lead-in speech to why I think we ought to.
Okay.
You want to include that? I think it's fair to include them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then set them aside for now. And come back later.
I think they're already on the Mount Rushmore of artificial flavors.
Sure.
So we're gonna
take
whatever's
Dynamite
gonna win
to
is
three
gonna
of
have
those
to.
Heads. That only one will remain.
To be
That's how it
fair,
works.
that's what the Lakota have been saying for a long time. We're taking Dynamite to those stone heads up there, guys.
Let's do it. We're gonna do it for them. Right. We're doing it. Let's talk about fruit flavors.
Yeah.
Fruit flavors.
There are so many and so many like vehicles for delivery. You talked about orange, which is one of my favorites.
Right.
And there are a lot of ways to get it. There's high C orange, there's orange drink. I love the orange gummy slices. The ones that are covered with sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite fruit candies in the entire world.
Well, what I find so fascinating about orange flavoring is that there are so many things that are called orange flavored.
Yes.
And there's so many different flavors.
Yes.
From the candy orange to the Kool-Aid orange.
Yes.
Right.
To the St. Joseph baby aspirin orange.
Yes.
Right.
It's like, are these really all the same things? Like, well, they're colored orange. So we're calling it orange flavor.
Do they taste the same? I don't know how often you're eating baby aspirin, but if you have like a gummy orange thing, does it taste the same as the fake orange in a Jolly Rancher, as the fake orange in a, you know what I mean?
Right. I think orange is, at least in my experience, has the broadest range of different flavors that are all called orange.
Right.
Like there'll be some, and none of them, in fact, do what real orange flavoring does and ruin any other flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else that you are eating.
Yes, if you eat an orange and then try to eat anything else,
everything tastes like oranges.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Immediately. I think you're bringing up things that I think make really good criteria to look at all these things. One
That's
is
a good call. We should figure out, what's our criteria?
What does it translate across different, like artificial orange flavor works a variety of different purposes.
Right.
And is good in different forms.
But see, now I would put that as a knock against orange as the best flavor.
Because
there's lack of uniformity.
So there you go. That's another thing. Is how uniformly does it maintain the artificiality of the flavor? Would a hard candy be the same as a gummy? Be the same as its application in an odd children's medication?
Right.
Because I think grape has a much greater uniformity.
Sure.
Yes. Are we?
We can move to grape.
Yeah, we can absolutely jump.
All of these, by the way, are from one. They each have one specific chemical that is used.
Each have a different one.
No, they each.
Or is it just one?
So there's one that they use for orange. There's one that they use for grape. And so all the other extra things that we're tasting around it are other chemicals that are mixed in with that one particular flavor. And I think the reason that grape stands out is because that particular ester, that particular chemical that they use to make fake grape flavor is so strong.
Right.
It's such a strong chemical that anything gets added to it, it gets buried by it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Much the way real orange does.
Right.
You know
It's a very dominant flavor.
Right.
The artificial version of it is super sweet. I think that's one of the other things too, is how close is it to what it's trying to mimic?
Right.
And
yes.
maybe further away is better.
That's the thing. Okay. Now, do we have to decide that now? Like, is it the flavor that's closest to what it is, or
Well, I mean, that's a criteria.
I think that should be.
Yeah, we want it to be.
You don't want.
Close.
It's like I want watermelon flavor that tastes like chocolate. No,
yes,
that's a bad flavor.
But does fake watermelon taste like watermelon to you?
I think it does. I think it tastes like the sweetest bite of watermelon you've ever had.
Exactly. It doesn't taste like yes. It's like distilled.
Yeah.
What
about? But
interesting.
I want to go back to grape because grape flavor. I have never, with the exception of one time I tried like actual Concord grapes.
Right.
That have that, they call it foxiness, I found out. That particular, like,
fox peed on that,
yeah,
vine.
Exactly. A vintner would tell you like, I see Jeff the Fox came by this past weekend. Yeah. I don't know why I decided his name was Jeff.
Right.
Sure. Of course it is.
But yeah, it's that particular flavor, foxiness.
Okay.
It's like a sommelier word that they use for that grape. That particular
grapeness?
Concord grapeness. But outside of that, when was the last time you just ate table grapes that tasted anything like
grape flavor?
Fake grape flavor?
Yeah. The grape flavor is so far.
They actually did not find that particular ester. So many ridiculous facts in this. They did not find that particular ester, that chemical compound, in real grapes. They didn't know it existed in real grapes until the 1950s. We're like, there are trace amounts of that compound in actual grapes.
So they stumbled upon the right answer?
They stumbled upon the right answer thanks to knee-high soda, I believe. Or new grape. New grape. That's what it was. It was new grape soda.
New grape. N-U?
N-U, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know new grape. Right, yeah. But I love that, to me, I don't know, it makes it seem like maybe it is a positive because when as a kid, you would eat grapes and you're like, these don't taste like grape.
Right.
Well,
it's funny because in the black neighborhood, you didn't even call it grape. You call it purple drink.
Purple drink, yeah.
Because that's not grape.
Yeah. No, that's purple. That is purple.
What does that
flavor.
taste like? That tastes purple.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have some purple? What a purple drink.
Sure, that's what they called it in the Sunny D ad.
Right.
Purple stuff. Hey, Sunny D. Which does not taste like any actual fruit.
Right.
Yeah, but nothing you have that's either. Let's say grape juice is made with 10% Concord grapes.
Right.
But it's mostly sugar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grape jelly is mostly sugar. I loved grape jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grape juice, I can only have a little bit of it, and then it was.
Right.
Yeah,
too much.
your mouth puckered.
Right.
It's somehow this liquid dried out your mouth. Somehow. It was like a nightmare.
Have you ever had a grapple?
Yes. The apples that taste like that fake grape.
Yes!
It is bizarre.
Oh man. It's like thinking you're drinking a glass of water and having it be vodka.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
really? Where do you get those?
Grapples. They're the weirdest.
Yes.
I wonder if it's diacetyl. No, that's the butter one. Whatever the ester for grapes. If it's
I think they're injecting it into apples, which is weird because apples are pretty flavorful.
Apples are delicious.
Yeah, they have a ton of flavor.
Yeah. And in fact, in terms of artificial flavors, I might argue that apple is the one closest to the true flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is really close.
Granted the candy apple, the green apple is an extreme version.
Like sour apple.
Right.
Like super extreme sour apple.
But they do taste like.
It does taste like
some
apple.
version of apple.
Yeah, like they smoothed out the flavor of an apple.
Right.
But it's really, really close. The one that doesn't feel the closest is banana. But it's based on
also an ester.
The Gros Michel or Gros Michel banana. There was a banana that existed that had a flavor similar to that is extinct.
Oh, right.
So that artificial flavor is based on a banana that nobody can eat anymore.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
So
if we're doing that, then why do we not have artificial flavored dodo steaks?
Right? It's like
if we're,
I would love some, you're right, sorry.
Yeah,
some Tyrannosaurus Rex flavored cookies.
Exactly.
That's some hard science right there.
I want mammoth jerky.
Right.
Yeah.
Get me that mammoth jerky.
Yeah, get me some Stega biscotti. That's what I want.
Yeah, it is a weird, it's not even the best flavor of a banana. There's a banana, I cannot remember the name of it, that is grown in Hawaii. That is they're smaller little stubby bananas.
Right.
And they get talked up. If you go to a farmer's market, they tell you how great they are.
Are those the brown ones?
No,
You can't get them in. I guess you can't get them in the States.
You can, but they're very rare.
But only
expensive.
at like Chelsea Market or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Something fancy.
Someplace that also sells rambutan.
Yeah. My wife Jennifer and I tried them and they were so good. We kept buying anywhere we saw them being sold, we would buy them and eat them.
No kidding.
And does it taste like a banana or is
Yes.
it banana texture with a completely different flavor?
It's like it's like a slightly evolved banana flavor. Like the best.
Like a banana with a tail?
Yeah, it has a tail. It's growing. It has hands,
a
but not
fish tail
thumbs.
and
Not quite
human
thumbs,
feet.
right.
Not quite thumbs. And
Like that old Ichthus sticker.
and it breathes oxygen. That's all you need at the end.
Weird.
It's
Weird.
fine. It will live.
You're a tasty little sentient creature, aren't you?
That's the noise of it. Can't even vocalize yet, really. It's fine. But
You have feet, not vocal cords. Shut up, banana.
if you can recall like the best banana you've ever had or the best tasting actual banana, it is at least twice as good as that.
Oh, wow.
Let me ask you guys this. Side note.
Yeah.
What is the perfect point for you to eat a banana? I don't mean like in your day. I mean in its ripeness.
In its life.
Ooh, actually, for me, there's a point where it starts to look overripe, but if you actually open it up, it's not.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where it hasn't started to get soft yet,
Yes.
but the
Right.
outside is maybe a little brown, but not bruised.
Yes, yes.
And then you bite into it,
and the
there's
peel
so
has
much
become
flavor.
thin.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it looks like somebody threw mud into a fan that the banana was sitting in front of, that's like the sweet spot.
Yeah.
It's
The
starting to
black
get there.
speckles on it.
Right.
Yes.
I also, every once in a while though, just because I know it's going to sound crazy, every once in a while, I like to do one that's a little green and just have that like super snap tart banana.
Oh, interesting.
Every
Okay.
once in a while. It's not as banana-y.
Right.
But
right.
it's like that.
It's a little apple-y.
Yeah, it's a little apple.
It is a little apple-y, yeah.
It's a
You're
little
almost there.
crisper. It's a little.
Wait, how come that's not a thing? Sour banana flavor.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Early banana.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got apple, sweet apple, and sour apple.
Yeah.
And you do actually have sour banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess we've all decided as a culture, that's a bad taste.
We don't
Yeah.
want that. Yeah, we don't like it. We don't want it replicated.
Except for Mark.
Yeah,
Mark
I like
wants
it.
Yeah.
You're the one person we could sell it
I'm
to.
the one person that did not evolve that particular gene where you like your primate brain knows just to
Right.
wait until it's ripe to eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Me like banana make me slobber.
I mean, I like bananas, but I hate flavor. How do I
I
possibly
said every
figure this
once
out?
in a while. But what do you, when you think of artificial banana flavor, what are you thinking of? Are we all thinking of the same thing?
The runts?
Runts is what I think of when I think of artificial banana
Yeah, or like a
flavor.
Laffy Taffy.
See, though, they taste two different, there's two different banana
They're
flavors to
both
me.
bad.
Yeah, because I was
like
actually
banana
thinking
Laffy
of the banana jelly bean.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Boy, they gotta be some real masters over there at Jelly Belly.
Oh, man.
Have you played the game?
Oh, with the nasty flavors?
Yeah.
No.
I love that game. Like, it's a good, like, you know what it is? It's a good nephew game.
Right.
Like, you come over as the uncle that's like, all right, boys, you got the stones for this? One of these is,
Right.
one of these tastes like banana and one of these tastes like gasoline. Eat the one it's
Right.
like,
Yeah, no, see, I'm the type of person who won't go skydiving
Yeah.
and won't do that.
I like that they're on the same level.
It's like, I can understand the thrill you might get, but not worth it. Not worth the risk.
Nope, no thanks.
Will you ride a motorcycle?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. I did it once when I was a kid. It was terrifying. I wanted a scooter.
love riding
I was
motorcycles.
convinced when I was 16 that I was going to have a little scooter
Right.
that did not go fast. And that would be how, like, I was for sure never going to change my mind.
Right.
Definitely
Yeah.
going to be a scooter guy.
Sure, you had that Paul Blart calendar on your wall.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to be the next Paul Blart, even though it was the 90s.
Right.
I was for sure about it.
I do love the idea of like back in the day when your Trapper Keeper had like a Ferrari on it, but yours had just like a little scooter.
Yeah, just a scooter. Yeah,
Were you a mod?
I was a real I had my like mod haircut, but like
You were listening to the Jam?
Yeah, I was listening to the Jam. I had that on early Who. Not that
Oh wait, you're talking about like a Vespa scooter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking like a stand on it, like bzzz, just like buzz around.
No, that's a
Segway kind of
yeah.
thing.
That's
I
like
guess.
a Segway.
Oh, yeah. No,
Those did not exist. They were
Right, yes.
close to existing.
I think you're much younger than you are. You look so young.
Very sweet because I shaved.
since he shaved.
Right? The beard is gone.
Now it's like we're with Hal's kid.
I know.
Don't tell
Dude, is your dad going to come pick you up?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, let me tell you some stories about your dad. Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Some of the parties.
Uncle Mark, no, dude, don't.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
wanna
Your dad
hear
partied
about it.
back in the day. Your dad
Ew.
partied. The number of times we went out for pie at 2:00 in the morning.
Whenever we do a show, I'm the one who wants to, because I don't drink. He drinks.
He drinks for you.
Yeah. I somehow trick him into going to like a diner because I just want to I want to get like a meal and like some pie.
Yeah, we just talked about this on an episode because you'll find a diner that's named like Callahan's.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I can get a beer there. That sounds like a place that has neon.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You sucker. You'll never be able to get a beer anywhere we go. We'll go to Friendly's.
Unless we go to
at 2 in
Perkins.
the morning.
Perkins has a.
Yeah, you can't get a beer at Norm's.
Yeah,
No, that's not going to happen.
no. But
you can
Norm's
sneak it
sounds
in.
like the name of a bar.
Exactly.
So I'll be like, we're going to Norm's. I'm like, Norm! Yeah.
But speaking of pie,
Yes.
cherry?
You know what? Cherry has always been the first Jolly Rancher I reach for, the first Starburst I reach for.
Right.
That to me, for me personally, cherry flavor is is my number one artificial flavor. That's just my personal preference. That's always been.
And do you consider strawberry a betrayal?
Yeah.
Because how many times are you reaching for a cherry and you pick up a strawberry by mistake?
Like, what is this? This doesn't taste like red. This tastes like pink.
Right.
This is amazing. I'm the exact opposite.
Really?
And I think strawberry doesn't taste anything like an actual strawberry. Not at all.
No.
I don't know when we decided that was what fake strawberry.
All of these got decided roughly right after the 1920s when that fake butter thing happened.
And for some reason, I feel like in my head, because I haven't done your research, that all of this was done by like Thomas Edison's brother. like his brother was changing the world with his science, and I'm like, well, you know, it's like I'm Ted Edison, and you know, my dad.
Please
says
don't call me Tedison. Everybody does.
And he's just like, I just want to mix some flavors.
But not like real flavors.
Right.
I just have these.
That's too much work.
Yeah, I just have all these esters.
Right.
I'm going to pick which of these esters I want to use.
And I'm just going to call them things.
Yeah. This is what strawberries taste like now. Ted, no, it's not. Try it, man.
Shut up, Tom.
Yeah. Run out with the arms behind.
And right. And turn the lights off.
Yeah. Take that. Invent something to turn them back on.
Right. Because flavors don't shut off.
Yeah.
You know what, Ted? You just gave me an idea. See that light bulb I invented over my head?
Huh? Why would it be over your head? That's weird. Have you been drinking absinthe again?
Yeah, you making a fake absinthe flavor over there?
You want to try my strawberry absinthe?
Right, exactly. Actually, that's the one real flavor.
If that's the case, can I have
just
your
turn the
absinthe
licorice
Starburst?
into a drink.
Which is, I wonder, like, let's talk about licorice. That's got to be a fake mostly now, right? I'm assuming.
Anise? Isn't it?
Right.
Anise, anise, or sambuca is the alcohol. Anise is, I guess, is it a spice? It's a root. It's licorice root, right?
Right. Now, I feel like that might be, like, the fake licorice flavor versus the true might be our closest.
Yeah.
To the true.
That is true.
And it's very uniform.
Yeah.
From, you know, your black good and plenty.
Yes.
To your black licorice to whatever. You know?
Do you think it's actually uniform, or do you think it's just because so many people think it's terrible that they get the first hint of it and are like, nope.
Right.
Yeah.
The tip of my tongue touches like, that's licorice.
Yeah, it's licorice. Nope, I don't want the licorice.
It's like you put cocaine on there. It just gets numb and it starts spreading. When you said uniform, I'm like, all the licorice jelly beans I get wear a uniform called a trash can.
Right.
I throw them immediately.
Right.
I can't it's so bad.
Look, I'll say this though. We may wind up eliminating butter, but if we're putting licorice root in there, not technically a fruit, I think vanilla should also be definitely included in the mix.
Well, and what about, now I think this is a relatively new one, but artificial meat flavoring.
Like a Beyond Burger.
Well, like they take mushrooms, right?
Right.
And give
the umami.
Yeah, to give it that savoriness that we associate with meat.
Right.
Are we gonna count?
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't know
really
what
impressive.
Have you guys had the Beyond Burgers?
Yes.
I have not.
Or the Impossible Burgers?
They're very.
Do they taste like meat?
Almost.
Much more than the garden burger.
Exactly.
Yes.
But part of me...
Where you just like bite into it like, okay, no, I can feel each little vegetable as I'm chewing.
See, I like that though.
There's a full
like if I'm
here.
Because I eat meat. You know what I mean? So like if I want meat, I'll have meat. If I frequently, I try not to eat as much pork anymore. But one of my go-tos at Subway was always a veggie patty with bacon. And they always looked at me like I was crazy. But they're delicious.
You really went for it, didn't you?
Yeah. That's
a veggie burger with bacon is delicious.
Right. That's like a pie and a Diet Coke, right?
Exactly.
Every time you walk in the door, you just hear, oh, he's here.
Right.
See if he does it again.
Mr. Defeat the Purpose.
Yeah. Quick, get out TikTok. Open up TikTok. I want to see if he does it again.
Do you want the vegan plate with cheddar sauce all over it?
Right.
What about lemon and lime? Lime is something I'm sort of late to the party with. I like lime, I like it in a Mike and Ike. I like it in a hard candy, but I hadn't really had key lime pie until a few years ago.
Oh, key limes. Key limes are a whole different thing.
Right.
But I mean,
and they're
that's what
good.
That's what
you
they're
think
capturing.
that's what they're, you're right.
It's more like refreshing, a little tart, but mostly sweet.
Interesting. Right. But it's tart, but you want to make sure it doesn't taste like lemon.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because that's the thing. If you get like that tartness and that but completely not to be confused with lemon, then it's lime.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder how that did they happen to find two particular chemicals that are, it's like just close enough to each other. And then also you can throw orange in the mix and then you've got but the orange feels like the citrus. You can't say that all the citrus kind of tastes the same because orange does not taste like
and grapefruit is
thing.
from tart to least tart. It probably goes grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange.
Right.
If you were to look at it that way,
of the artificial flavors.
Yeah, grapefruit is trying to prove a point.
It's the only one that still captures the citrus bitterness.
Yes,
all the rest of them wash the bitterness out.
That's true. Yeah,
but grapefruit. I mean, because basically you take bitterness out of grapefruit, it's not grapefruit.
No, not at all.
It's like, okay, it's lemon or...
Yeah, it's any other citrus fruit.
Right.
Yeah. I love grapefruit. I love grapefruit flavored things. I love an actual grapefruit. I love grapefruit juice. I drink my Pamplemousse LaCroix. I love my I can't think of a lot of things that use grapefruit artificially, aside from LaCroix. Which might be natural flavoring. It might not actually be an artificial flavor.
It's just a whisper. Somebody blows across the surface of a grapefruit at the distillery or whatever they call it.
Distillery?
Is that what they do?
The LaCroix distillery?
They're running
You're thinking of White Claw.
We got the LaCroix almost ready, pal.
Like it's just...
Quite the place is here.
Yeah.
That is so funny. French rednecks.
Yeah.
Bonjour, Pierre.
Oh. Donnez-moi mon steel.
Quick, it's the gendarmes.
Let's talk about lemon for a minute.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does lemon benefit or suffer from the fact that artificial lemon flavor is more ubiquitous in cleaning products than it is in cooking or than it is in culinary uses, it seems?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like every time I eat, I like the lemon flavor,
right?
But every time I eat something that is artificially lemon flavored, it feels a little bit like I'm eating Lysol.
Right.
Does it?
You
wow.
know what I mean?
See, and
that's
you know why? Because there is no lemon advisory board. If there were, they would be fighting all of those, furniture cleaner. People's like, no, you can't use our flavor.
You can't put pledge. Yeah, exactly. It's like carbon monoxide doesn't have a scent, or no, natural gas doesn't have a scent,
right?
But they put that sort of fart smell in it so that you know when there's a gas leak.
Oh,
like
interesting.
Lemon should, the lemon board would be like, nope, cleaning products, lemon flavored cleaning products, nope. Put some of that natural gas fart smell in it, or use grapefruit.
Yeah, go down the hall to the grapefruit.
And then the LaCroix people pop out and they're like,
no, don't use those.
What do you guys think? Are you guys lemon fans?
Yes. Generally speaking, I will take like cherry first, lemon second.
You're a cherry first guy also.
Yeah.
I do like a lemon a lot. I would probably be orange. Here's my mania.
Right.
At work, I will get the Welch's fruit snacks. This is when I was eating those regularly. You know, those pouches, like 5 flavors. And I would take a bunch of them and then I would sort them by flavor. So it'd be like 3 packets sorted and then I would eat least favorite to most favorite. Orange, it was like orange, grape, strawberry raspberry, which I don't think they've ever really gotten. Raspberries.
No.
An actual
Blue
raspberry
ras.
is way better.
Yeah. What's that? An actual raspberry?
I would rather have an actual, and that maybe is what makes it so bad. Is if I'm given the choice, 10 times out of 10, I'm taking give me actual raspberries.
Right. Yeah,
and then the peach. Peach, I feel like they've never gotten right.
Peach was an accident.
Sure was.
Peach flavor was an accident. It was a byproduct of something else that a chemical company was trying to make, and they
it was a chemical company, not
it was a chemical
not like,
company.
Hiroshima.
Right?
Hey, you guys taste that?
Yeah. Jeez, the Enola Gay drops the bomb, and the guy's like, "Do you guys smell peaches?"
Right.
It was a guy who's like, "You drop your peaches in my chemicals. You put your chemicals on my peaches."
But yeah, they were like, "Huh, this chemical byproduct that is totally safe to eat smells and tastes like peaches." So that one,
right?
Weird.
Let's cash in on that.
Yeah, and you're right. It doesn't.
No.
Like fake peach flavor, we just decided. I really do think, like, as one of our criteria for this,
right,
that how close does it taste to the real thing
has
to be important.
Yeah.
Though, with the exception of grape, we have decided what grapes taste like. Like that grape flavor is purple. Like,
yes,
that purple flavor, I think that could wind up on the Mount Rushmore with the other two, like, just because of its bold, like, screw you guys, this is what grapes taste like, and we're all going to agree on it.
So capital A in the artificial, small F in the fruit.
Exactly.
Right.
There's only one more fake fruit I can think of, fake fruit flavor to talk about. If anybody has one after that, we can certainly do it. If not, we'll take a break, then we'll come back and figure this out.
Okay.
Coconut.
See, I have to admit,
yes,
I hate coconut flavor.
Interesting.
So I actually will have to step out of this one because I can't tell whether it's fake, whether it's real.
Oh, really?
Don't care.
So just in general, if something has coconut, you're out.
Yeah.
My sister's that way with pineapple. If there's if a pineapple has been in the same room as a plate of food, she won't eat it.
That is another fake fruit flavor that I feel like they don't get quite right.
Yeah, that one's really off.
Feels wrong.
Yeah. Because it doesn't taste, it captures so little of the flavor of an actual pineapple.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the tartness, doesn't have, the same kind of sweetness. It's like a different, weaker. It's actually, pineapple is over there with peach.
Yeah.
In terms of just like, it's a flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It is a flavor. Let's
call it
the thing.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
I'll jump in with you. I actually like actual coconut.
Okay.
Like, I love a German chocolate cake. Probably my
with the
favorite
coconut
cake.
all over it.
Yeah. The coconut and the please. I love it. Artificial coconut tastes so bad. It tastes like suntan lotion. That always tastes like suntan lotion.
Coconut advisory board. Get on that.
Yeah.
Nope. Put some of that natural gas fart smell in it.
we need a governing body for coconut as well as lemon. It's a nightmare all over the board.
All over the
Get
board.
it together. Anybody have any other fruit flavors they want to bring to the table?
No, I
think we've got enough fruit on this.
You know what? I would like to throw out one honorable mention.
Parsley.
That is
There's a fake parsley?
Yeah, it's just AstroTurf.
That is a mishmash of a bunch of esters that didn't actually taste like any one particular fruit.
Okay.
That were mashed up together and used to create juicy fruit gum.
Really?
Yeah. There is no discernible actual fruit.
Yes.
It's just fruit flavored.
It does taste like the idea of fruit.
Yeah.
Right, but not
and
any
that's what
particular fruit.
Juicy fruit gum is just assorted artificial flavors that didn't actually taste like real fruit.
That's amazing.
That's wild.
And that's why they just call it juicy fruit. It's not an actual flavor.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that fact, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back and figure this out once and for all. We'll be right back.
So the good folks at the Maximum Fund Network asked in a survey, how can Max Fund best support you right now? And one of the answers that really struck me was from a guy named Michael in El Dorado Hills, California, because this is something that I know a lot of the hosts on the network have been struggling with. So reading this really, really made me happy. And I really, really appreciate this comment. He says, you guys are doing great. It's very kind. Don't be afraid to make us laugh. We need it. And that to me sort of sums up what all the people at Max Fun are doing on a weekly basis to try and get us through this really weird time.
Were we supposed to be doing that the whole time we were doing the show, making people laugh?
I just found out about this. This is news to me. I know.
Well, then let this serve as our apology. One of the things I love about our Facebook group and just hearing from you on Twitter is how much you value the show that we put out, that we work hard on to give you every week. And the sense of community that springs up around We Got This is second to none, especially during a time right now of social distancing where you can't see the people you love the most. We're there with you. You're still sitting in the room with us every time you listen to an episode. We're there to make you laugh, to think, to yell at us, and hopefully that feels normal for you. And I know how important that is to people, especially me and Mark and Ken. All of us feel the same. And if that sounds like you, if I'm describing how you feel and you're able to join Maximum Fun, this is the time to do it. I encourage you to do it right now.
Well, I think you making me laugh and us poking fun at each other is definitely what feels normal to me, Hal. So I hope that everybody wants to jump in on this. You can join Max Fun. Memberships start at $5 a month. That gets you all the bonus content, and you're able to access that for as long as you're a member. There's actually a whole lot of it already waiting for you there now. If you choose to go $10 a month, you get a Max Fun membership card, a cool magnet. You also get the bonus content, of course. And if you join at $20 a month or more, you get this year's special gift, the Max Fun game pack, featuring a custom dice set, a custom deck of playing cards, all with Max Fun designs. Just visit MaximumFun.org/join and become a member.
Don't forget to tell them that you listen to We Got This with Mark and Hal so that we benefit from your contribution. Also, our magnet is really great this year. If you liked our As Seen on TV episode, and if you've not listened to it yet, we'll wait here while you do it right now. I assume you came back and listened to it and you loved it. It is a nod to that one. Also, if you're an existing member and you want to support a little bit extra, but you aren't fully able to upgrade right now, that's okay. You can check out boosting your membership by an amount between levels. It doesn't qualify you for the gifts, but it does still directly support the show. That's something we haven't really done before, and I'm glad that we're able to do it this year in this way.
Yeah. So boost if you can. And speaking of boosts, we'd like to thank everybody, but we'd like to give this extra special boost of a shout out to everyone in healthcare, retail, and first responders, and all the other essential jobs right now. We really do think about you a lot. We're grateful for the work you do. We hope that our show is a good diversion for you. We cannot thank you enough, so we'll just try to make you laugh. I hope that we are in some way supporting the work that you're doing, and we'll do everything to keep doing that. So yeah, thank you. And please enjoy the rest of this episode of We Got This with Mark and Hal.
And we're back. That's how fast it happens.
That's right.
That's how fast it is.
Real
for us,
time
no
for
time
us.
at all. For them, 3 hours.
Yeah, it's like when Ant-Man went subatomic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What criteria do we think are most important?
We talked about uniformity.
I think we have to, yes, uniformity across uses.
Accuracy?
Accurate. Yes, uniformity, accuracy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And enjoyment.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, you know, if it's like, wow, that's the best wood flavor. It's like,
right.
But I don't like it.
Yeah, the grape is not accurate, but I love purple flavor.
But that's the thing, like, is the enjoyment, overriding the lack of accuracy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, in grape, it does. Like the grape flavor we know outshines the flavor of a table grape. It's
Right.
closer to a Concord grape, but we've accepted at this point, even though there's a huge disparity, that this is.
But is it
the grape we
enough?
like it.
Because I might say that cherry. Well, see, cherry is not as enjoyable, but it's more accurate.
Yeah. I like cherry.
See, cherry doesn't seem all that accurate to me.
No?
Like the first time I ever
It's not
ate
as
a real
acidic.
cherry,
No,
which was
it's not like
years
most
after.
cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like maraschino cherries. But do maraschino cherries have fake cherry flavor ester?
Yes, they
added
must,
to it?
right?
It must.
With the fake color.
Yeah. They're loaded with syrup. They're color.
Right.
They're like dyed.
Or is it simply a cherry flavor loaded with color and then loaded with sugar? So that
Right.
you're just like, you know.
Maybe that's what it is, that cherries don't taste as sweet as cherry candy does.
Right.
But I'm so used to the extra, giant amounts of sugar in cherry candy. By the way, I think what do you guys think of throwing that artificial butter flavor and artificial vanilla flavor into the mix now that we're talking about those criteria of accuracy and enjoyability?
Right. Ooh, wow. Cause that could tip the scales. That,
right?
That
fake
vanilla
butt,
is accurate.
That
It does
vanilla
feel
is,
accurate.
that vanilla feels accurate.
Yeah, the vanilla is very accurate.
It
doesn't like blow your mouth up, but it does taste really good. And cause it it captures the essence of bakeries,
Yes.
baked goods.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
I'm eating something. I'm smelling it inside my mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know?
100%.
And artificial vanilla became so ubiquitous and
Right.
important that the term vanilla has come to mean bland and everywhere.
everywhere.
When vanilla is the only thing more expensive than vanilla is saffron.
Wow.
Is the only spice more expensive than vanilla.
That's crazy.
Right.
But yeah, vanilla is, I think in that regard, a
Right.
tough one to beat. That's why I wanted to throw those two in there
Oh, okay.
because I think there's going to
That's
be,
that's what you put your money on.
that's what I put my money on. The butter thing I think
Yeah.
is just fascinating that dairies used this thing that was described as buttery. So they put it in their butter and now that is
That's
what people
butter,
think
right.
butter
It's kind
tastes
of gross.
like.
Like buttered popcorn, I think is one of the grossest.
Yeah.
I don't like butter flavored microwave popcorn.
Butter flavored
It's too much.
jelly bellies are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Or butter
Yeah.
popcorn, the
Or
buttered popcorn
yes.
jelly bellies. Hey,
Yeah.
fake
So
corn. There you go.
There you go. See?
Fake corn
corn.
flavor.
I'm
There it
believing.
is. Finally got one.
Yeah, I think just the buttered popcorn jelly bellies eliminate butter as the victor in this, but
Yeah.
I can't think of, I don't know, what rivals vanilla up there in this?
Well, vanilla's everywhere, but there's nothing it's just sort of like it's like a nice handshake. Like, that
Right.
was pleasant.
Yeah, and you have vanilla in.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the power of lemon.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. It doesn't have
Yeah.
that bold assertiveness.
Well, and is this because when I think of these flavors, the first thing I think start in my head, then I go to my mouth, and what I'm thinking of is the candy
yeah.
that is flavored like that.
Right.
And vanilla candy is a 6 on the scale of flavor experience.
Right.
Even the best vanilla doesn't blow your brain out. It doesn't like make your mouth water that
Right.
much.
For sure.
But like grape, lemon, those candies, and maybe it's just because the things with those flavors tend to have way more sugar.
Right.
Sure.
And also those are really bold, forceful. They're not, vanillin is a mild, it's a sort of delicate, nuanced flavor that was crafted and found by the Dutch in the mid 19th century.
Right.
Where some of these are like, bam, that is bold. That's what grape tastes like.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they just really punch you with the flavor.
I think it's gotta be, we gotta pick something flashier than vanilla.
Right.
Ultimately. Everything vanilla, which I love vanilla stuff.
Yeah.
But vanilla ice cream always needs something. It either is the accompaniment to like a slice of cherry
Oh, hard
pie,
disagree.
or
I will
wanna
just
put stuff
straight
on
up
it.
eat
all the vanilla.
and I'm pretty sure it's vanillin because,
Yeah.
because I will get the McDonald's cone. I will get that 69-cent
God.
McDonald's
It's
cone.
very satisfying. It's a decent cone.
You're not doing the Haagen-Dazs.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
no.
I don't need flecks in my vanilla. You know what I need? Yellow. I just need it yellow.
Vanilla bean.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, vanilla stuff always feels close, and I enjoy it, but it's not.
Right.
I would
You don't think it's
rather-
vanilla?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, we started with fruit anyway as
Right.
the idea behind this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that physical wrench and
It's
that
worth
metaphorical wrench.
discussing. It's
Yeah,
definitely.
fascinating.
So what do we think? Like orange was the first one out of the gate
Right.
that stepped up. Orange is very close. Let's look. Let's divide it up by categories.
Okay.
Let's look first at accuracy.
Okay.
Of these, which do we think is the most accurate? Because have we agreed that accuracy and enjoyability are kind of the two criteria that are rising to the top in this?
I think we agreed on Apple is the most accurate. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Apple is the
I
most.
actually have a different-
I would
I'm-
agree with Apple.
I'm fine
being
to
the
work
most
in this
accurate.
method, but I think I have a different idea.
Okay.
If we did this as a draft where we each picked one flavor
Right.
that we felt was the best one,
Mm-hmm.
and we just drafted one right now, those are our 3 finalists.
Okay.
So I think they would be 3 different flavors.
Okay.
You mean between the
And
three?
then,
Yes,
so we'll
if we
each draft
what we
one,
think the
and
best
then we
is.
can
Right.
look at those two criteria
Yeah.
in evaluating those 3. To our guest, I would say, please.
Okay, so we're talking about accuracy, uniformity, and enjoyability. I'm gonna have to go with Apple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost as much power as grape,
Mm-hmm.
or it can have as much power as grape, and I feel like it's more accurate. So I'm going to draft Apple.
Okay.
I'm going to draft grape.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry, purple. I'm going to draft purple.
Oh, you're going to get hit on the uniformity.
Yeah. I know. That's what's going to hit it hard. I just keep thinking back to Homer saying on The Simpsons, this was purple. Purple's a fruit.
You know what? I'll do a color for mine as well. I'm going to pick orange because
gosh, all three of these are tough.
I love how many ways it's used and that it's consistent, but there is a range from a little bit more tart to a lot sweeter. And there's almost no form that it exists that I don't enjoy it in. I like it gummy. I like it as a hard candy. I like it as a drink, as like a sugary high C drink. I loved Ecto Cooler and orange drink when I was a kid when you had to use the key to open up on either side so that it would pour properly.
At church, they would always, whenever there was a party at church for the Cub Scouts, we would always have that big can of Hawaiian Punch and you would gunk on one end and then the little one on the other side. So you had the little air hole. Oh man, I remember that. I love
Wow, you're old.
I know, right? So it's interesting because it sounds like we have one flavor that is very high on the accuracy scale.
Right.
Yeah.
One that is very high on the punch you in the face.
Right. The enjoyability.
Power enjoyability scale. I don't want to put power and enjoyability on the same scale,
power.
But they're both enjoyable, but one's on the power scale and then one that is medium high in both.
Yeah.
But all three are high in the enjoyability scale.
Interesting.
How do we solve this?
I think I go and take down both of your choices.
Whoa!
Look, I could be easily persuaded toward. I selected grape because I wanted to see it in the finals because I think it's a fascinating one.
Yeah.
Because of the whole. Nope. This is what we decided grape tastes like. It is the least accurate.
Another thing, which accuracy is so low.
The accuracy is super, super low. I am not against apple because apple can be one of those really forceful.
It can
have that real powerful apple flavor to it, and it is. Super accurate. I think less about like eating an apple itself, and I think about like apple juice.
Right.
Apple candy and apple juice taste almost identical to me.
Right. See, which is where you get but see, I think I also, by picking apple, I've sort of leaned into, like, apple has an edge in that I think apples in general have a much broader range of flavors that are apple.
That's true. An orange tastes like an orange.
Right.
But a Granny Smith apple tastes nothing like a Fuji apple.
Yes. And, back to orange. Yeah. Lack of uniformity. All of these different flavors, like orange candy doesn't taste anything like orange juice.
True. Not at all.
Hey guys. Yeah. I'd just like to point out with the anti-accuracy elimination of grape, you do realize what we're doing right now, don't you?
What?
We're comparing apples and oranges. We are literally comparing apples and oranges.
And deciding which one will win.
Yeah.
So that means it absolutely doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's not going to be great.
We knew that to begin with.
We knew it. We came into this knowing this was a doom.
By the way, have you heard the show? All of them do not really matter.
You'll find it as a stroll.
Really? None of this is legally binding?
No. Well, it's legally binding.
It's legally binding.
Yeah. There's a lot of legally binding stuff that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like jaywalking.
Yeah. Or when the Lemon group gets their act together. Exactly. There's going to be a lot of legislation that it won't affect our lives, but it's very important to them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I love Granny Smith apples. I think I inherited that from my dad. Like if I picked any apple to have just sliced and eat, it would be Granny Smith.
Where'd you grow up?
Philadelphia.
Okay, so it wasn't a local thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, we're weird for a lot of
apples
other
in the
things.
Northeast. Like, there's a lot of apple picking up in.
That's true.
Up in the Northeast, we never did it in the South.
Bucks County or something.
Yeah, but wow,
there you
nice
go.
Pull.
Look at that.
A lot of the artificial apple flavoring that I taste tends to be that sour apple because it's the standard. Nobody does this is going to taste just like a Macintosh.
Right.
And in that way, it gives you it's like a good tart sweet flavor. So it's a surprise. It's like a shock to the system a little bit flavor wise.
Right.
And it does taste like the apple enough. It's like you get a lot more of the sweet and a hint of the tart. You never know from apple to apple what you're going to get.
Exactly.
So it does feel like, this is going to be uniform in the same way that butter was. Let's make all butter taste like this.
Right.
So I think in that way, maybe apple is the answer.
Now, that said, does that trump the myriad uses that orange has found? I feel like apple is a narrower,
Right.
It's a much narrower flavor as far as its usage.
There's no medicine that's apple flavored.
Exactly.
No apple medicine.
Exactly.
available in
Does
the
the massive quantity of orange flavored things and variety of orange flavored things, do we think that's enough to beat the near perfect accuracy of artificial apple flavor?
That's a good question.
Well, because we didn't actually tout usage or
That's
range
true.
of usage as one of our initial parameters.
That's true. I'm throwing yet another wrench in.
Wow.
I'm a wrench
what-
jerk.
What are you, part of the Democratic National Committee?
Yeah, exactly.
really.
Yeah, you know what this is? This is the Iowa caucus of We Got This episode.
Which means you're going to have your answer in about 4 days after you finish reading this. Sorry, your podcasting app broke.
And then 16 days later, we're going to change it anyway.
Right.
Turns out Rick Santorum actually won the best flavor episode.
God.
Oh no!
Ooh, you don't want
Hang on a
Santorum
second.
flavor.
Yeah, I just got lightheaded.
Please don't Google it.
Oh, no, do not look at, was it Dan Savage that
Yes.
did that? Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
If I went to the candy aisle, if we were all to go to a local supermarket, go to the candy aisle,
right.
we would find I think
More
way
oranges.
more, way more orange stuff, which maybe means it's
wait,
more.
what's that Brock's candy that has the sort of powdery candy that's orange flavored?
Yeah, those are the orange slices. Those
No,
are,
not the
Not the
like
gummy.
It's a hard one. Yeah, it's a hard.
Oh yes, it's got like a almost like a powdered sugar exterior on it. Yes,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah.
By the way, do you guys like
don't have
those?
an apple.
Do you guys like those strawberry candies that look like strawberries?
yeah.
I have a weakness
Just
for those.
because they look. What about the ones that look like raspberries?
I've not tried the ones that look like raspberries.
Aren't there
Yeah,
little
there are.
hard candies?
The same type deal.
They're
same
not
type
as
thing?
good.
No,
I don't think.
No.
And then strawberry that has like a little like
Got a
liquid,
gummy
like
little
kind of a liquid
center.
center
Yeah.
to it.
Gives you a little
That's
dessert for
real
your
nice.
dessert. I like those.
Right.
Anyway, you were saying I'm getting off topic. We were comparing apples and
really.
oranges.
And so the broad usage, does that outweigh accuracy and power?
Yeah.
Two against one.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
I'm going to count to 3 and then we'll each say which one we think it is
At the same
time.
Okay.
Just to take our temperature and see where we are. If we all say the same thing, then we have our winner.
Okay.
If not, then we keep going. Are we ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Apples.
People of the world, surprise. This wasn't the most artificial flavor. It was the best one. We established
Yeah.
We established that it ain't purple flavor, it's apple flavor. Now, let me ask you,
Yes, please.
is this established enough?
It sounds established to me.
All right.
We established criterium at the beginning of this as Mark almost fell over.
Grabbing my water.
I hope that you heard that. Grabbing the fizzy water
Yeah.
that we never wanted to hear. See, you should have just left it there.
I know. I should have left it on the
We
table.
almost had to take him to the hospital. That would have been a terrible ending to this. But what doesn't give you a terrible ending is enjoying a nice apple hard candy. Something with that artificial apple flavor. It's accurate. It tastes good. It's got a little bit of everything for you.
Right.
And that's why it's the best artificial fruit flavor, people. It's asked, and now it's answered.
That's right.
Asked and answered.
Phil LaMarr, thank you so much for coming on the show today. This was a blast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
It's so rare I get to sit down with great guys and do something that has absolutely no importance whatsoever.
This is the least important thing you will do today.
Right?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
This is what we like. This is what we like about it.
Exactly.
You always have so much going on. What's out right now? What do you want people to go to or read or watch? Anything?
Oh, yeah. Oh, plug away.
Please.
John
Yeah.
Lutz, plug away. What's going on? We're still doing, we just got to 100 episodes of the Cartoon Network show, Craig of the Creek.
Congratulations.
Which is
100 episodes. That's
Wonderful
huge.
little, kid show.
Yeah.
And, what else working on? Got a new season of The Jellies, which is this Adult Swim show that Tyler, the creator,
Awesome.
is created. Like he does.
Yeah, it turns out.
And it's insane. To me, I always joke that it makes Rick and Morty look like a CBS show.
Wow.
And I'm also doing a show called The Black Version. Started out at the Groundlings. It's,
Which is fantastic.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
It's an all-black group of improvisers. We take a suggestion from the audience of a classic or iconic movie, and then we improvise the quote-unquote black version of it.
Amazing.
Like we did the black version of Jaws, which was catfish. We did the black version of, Rocky IV, which was Pookie Fo, so, and, we've been doing it for, going on 10 years.
I was going to say it's almost a decade because
really
I saw you guys in San Francisco.
Back in the
6 or 7 years ago doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. And a hilarious show.
So great.
Thank you. Other than that, working on whatever comes along.
Phil, you're the best.
Oh, thanks, Al.
And on Twitter, you can be followed. Is it at Phil LaMarr?
It's at Phil LaMarr. 2 L's in the middle, 2 R's on the end.
There you go.
look at that.
On Twitter and Instagram.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
So follow Phil. Keep up with all the stuff he's doing. Look at all the stuff that he has done. Like, if you looked at his IMDb, you'd be blown away by how, it amazes me that I know you and we've become friends over time because I watched you on Mad TV.
Oh,
I watched you in Pulp Fiction. I remember
I'm
going to the
very,
Pulp
very
Fiction.
old, Al. Very old.
I was like, I'm so much younger than this guy, and I hope I get to tell him one day to his damn face. And now I've done it. But seriously, everything Phil does is great. He's a great guy.
Thanks, man.
And his work is great.
By the way, when you just said Pulp Fiction, I went, oh, holy crap. I did not connect that.
You became the
is
guy
so
at Gelson's.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm the guy at Gelson's. Yeah, you're in the greatest movie of the second half of the 20th century.
Well, and that's actually one of the things I'm very grateful for is that, they talk about 4 quadrant. I have a 28 quadrant career.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, they don't even touch each other.
right?
There are things that people will be huge fans of and have absolutely no idea of something else I've done.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
it's so wild.
It's so cool.
I love it. Well, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, guys.
This topic is closed. There are many more topics to discuss, so please reach out to us on Twitter. Check out the Maximum Fun subreddit, or
You can email us. We got this podcast at gmail.com. Go to our Facebook group. Talk about it there. Share your favorite fruit flavor memories. And do you like fake butter? I don't really care, but you can talk about it there too. Facebook.com/groups/ We Got This Podcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thank you, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thank you to you, our listeners, for giving us a chance to sit here with Phil LaMarr and talk about the most important thing in the world.
Ever.
We may be talking about artificial flavors, but our love for you is real. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much. And if you've gone the extra mile to become a Max Fun member, can I tell you how grateful we are that you are helping make this show possible? We're able to create content independent of outside influence because of our audience, people like you, the members of Max Fun, and everybody who just supports us by sharing the show too. We cannot thank you enough.
And once again, if you haven't had a chance to become a member yet, you can do so at MaximumFun.org/join. And make sure when it asks which shows you listen to, check the little box that says, "We Got This" with Mark and Hal. We'll talk to you next week, or we'll talk at you next week.
Both.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.